Hey everybody, welcome to Building Enterguise. On this episode, we're going to build the lower saucer frame and the seats from scratch, so let's get started. On the previous platform episode, we installed the upright frame supports. These 8 pillars will support the shell of the vehicle and any passengers sitting on the floating seats. Also, if necessary, it allows the vehicle to be easily rethemed in the future. Now it's time to build the bottom seat frames. This will distribute the weight of the passengers down to the frame. This required a lot of 90-degree adapter plates and bolts. We first pinned everything together with 80-20 T-slot bolts. These are the black ones that you see here. And then we came back and drilled holes and installed much more permanent 5/16 bolts to make sure it was super solid. To create the saucer and rear portion of the bench seats, angled pieces needed to be created and bolted to those seat frames. To do this, we use a cardboard stencil and then use a marker on the aluminum with the bandsaw to create the perfect angle. And then finally, we use the drill press to accurately drill a hole for that connection point. These posts were attached to a guardrail. It was at the perfect height for passengers to lean back and rest their arms on. And also, it created a sturdy frame structure. Then the remaining white aluminum composite panels were attached to the lower saucer frame. It's starting to look pretty slick and roomy. Now it's time to build those seats, and the first stop is to go fabric shopping. I'm always excited when I go into a fabric store. I think of all the crazy things I can create with all those fun textures I find. I highly recommend checking your local fabric stores in the season right before Burning Man. That's your June through August. There's lots of faux fur available for all those people making Burning Man outfits. Faux fur is very popular with burners, and those are the people that go to Burning Man. And that's because it's bright, it's comfortable, it looks kind of crazy, and it also keeps you warm in the desert at night. So this time we were looking for fabric we can create the seats with. Requirements would be something that matches the aesthetic of the art car. Space-like, modern, but also cleanable, rugged, and works with the desert sand. We also found this fun gray textured vinyl. It's kind of spacey-like and worked for the trim and the captain's chair. For the second fabric choice, we wanted something to be fun and typical of other art cars. So we found some pink and red faux fur, and this would be used to create accent pillows for around the art car. For the seats, we cut aluminum composite panels for the bottom and back portions. Then we sprayed upholstery adhesive to them and added old memory foam topper. That was about 3 inches. The memory foam was actually pretty easy to cut with just a utility knife and also the bandsaw. It's soft yet supportive. Originally, I was going to use high density foam over memory foam. Actually, that's this stuff right here. But then I figured out it's way too dense and doesn't really compress to provide the comfiness that I want. So now I have a bunch of high density foam in my garage. So if you have any ideas for projects, let me know in the comments. So as you can see with this prototype piece, I was using this white material right here called batting. And it's very commonly used in pillows and seat cushions. And it sits between the foam layer and then some sort of cloth or vinyl or wrapping layer for your seat cushions. And it provides plushiness. Plushiness. Plushiness? Hey Siri, what's plushiness?
Popping is a street dance adapted out of the earlier Boogaloo cultural movement in Oakland, California. Should I keep going?
No. Siri never ever figures anything out correctly. We had some amazing help from friends to sew the white and gray vinyl together to form the seat covers. All these came together to form some pretty awesome seats. The aluminum composite panel formed the shape of the seats, while also being the backer board for the vinyl to be stretched over and then attached with a staple gun. Also, each seat panel had a hole and bolt installed into it, so that when installed into the vehicle, it could be bolted down so that it wouldn't fly away. One of the goals of the seat design was to make them appear like they're floating, so when you're sitting down, there's visually no supports underneath you. I was really happy with these seats came out. They were comfy and also supportive. When people sat on them, the weight transferred perfectly to the frame of the car with absolutely no flexing. On the next episode of Building Enterguise, we're going to actually install the lights and the sound system. If you like this episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe and notification buttons to be alerted for new episodes each Thursday.